Summertime's come, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather.
Drink it with gin or drink with Dwight. Drink an appropriate amount of Athens Light. Drink it for peace or drink it to fight. Drink an appropriate amount of Athens Light. Go to bed at 8 or party all night. Drink an appropriate amount of Athens Light. Athens Light, Athens Light. Drink an appropriate amount of Athens Light. Enjoy Athens Light at Pizza on the Farm every Friday and Saturday. Stony Acres Brewing, Athens, Wisconsin. Drink an appropriate amount of Athens Light.
All right, and good evening. Welcome to the special edition of the Midwest Music Hour. I'm your host, Scott Kirby, out here in the Birch Barn with the Old Pine Road Band. How you fellas doing tonight?
Much better now that we're here, Scott.
Fantastic. Oh, I'm so stoked. You all fit in the barn.
Oh, it's perfect. It's a squeeze. It's a squeeze.
It'll be the first night of percussion here.
I'm honored. Thank you. Thank you for having us here as well.
I'm so stoked. Let's get right into a song and make sure levels are cool over here, and we'll circle back with you.
Well, I've been spending all my time trying to find the words that get me through to you. And I've been praying all my days trying to find the phrase that gets me through to you. But I can't help but act a fool when you look at me the ways that you do. You know it's true. So I wrote you this song to hum along to, oh, just for you. And I know you've been hurt so many times before. And I know we'll go my way, whether I'm near or far away. You don't know how loved you are, 'cause honey, you got my heart on a string. And honey, ooh, I follow you endlessly. Well, I've seen my share of wonder, but nothing draws me like you do. And I felt my share of thunder, but nothing shakes me like you do. And those storms will keep coming, but we'll keep on pulling through. Oh, they'll try to pull us under, but I'll just swim right back to you. And I know I've been hurt so many times before. And I know I won't do you that way. No, not one day will go my way, whether I'm near or far away. You don't know how loved you are, 'cause honey, you got my heart on a string. And honey, ooh, I follow you endlessly. And you got my heart on a string. And honey, ooh, I follow you endlessly. This thing got messed up somewhere. That's what's going on.
Oh, the dirty banjo.
Oh, the dirty banjo. Oh, it blew a Rito. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. How's it sound back there, Scott?
Well, that was a great tune, guys.
Thank you.
That one of your own tunes, Dave?
That is one of our own tunes. Working title, A Reminder. Wrote it a couple years, or not a couple years, about a year ago, and it's a fun song. It's a fun little bluegrassy tune.
Yeah, yeah. Was there anything in particular that inspired that, aside from wanting it to be a fun bluegrassy song?
Well, yeah. My girlfriend Sarah. I honestly say, like, being a band member's girlfriend, that or significant other, that is a big commitment, and it's a lot of work and weird hours, and
there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. So that's why I wrote that song. It's called Reminder, because it's like a reminder that I know I'm busy and my life is crazy and wild, but I love you, and yeah, that's that song.
Right on, man. And how has life been crazy and busy?
It's just
Or just crazy.
Oh, yeah, where should we want me to start? Chronologically, categorically, alphabetically. How do we want to address that?
Let's start with your outlook for the current future, like, of summer.
Oh, I'm really excited for summer. I got part 1 of my vaccine down, and really excited to get back to a little bit of normalcy. I don't know what normalcy looks like anymore, but honestly, just to be out playing music and seeing people dance and having fun, that's as normal as I want it to be, and hopefully we can get back to that.
Yeah, we were really we hadn't added Chris yet to our stand-up setup, but right before when COVID hit, we were really starting to hit our stride, and we were going to hit it, and we had good, kind of moving up to the next level shows, bigger crowds, bigger appearances, and all of a sudden it was COVID, so that was a little setback, and we're kind of feels like a little reset, but during that time we had a lot of time to reset and practice and get together, and we added Chris into the stand-up, and it's really changed things for us, and we're ready to hit it again. And looking back, it kind of plays out a little more like an elegant novel. I think we're more ready now than we were then for some of the opportunities we're going to find.
Yeah, what he said.
That's awesome. Yeah, Dave, you've been making music around the Northwoods for a while. Well, actually, all you guys have been making music around the Northwoods for a while, it seems. But the Old Pine Road Band has gone through some lineup changes over the years. You and Thor, you've been jamming for what now? Is it coming on 3 years?
2 years, yeah.
Going about a year and a half. It was
year
a
and a
New
half,
Year's
you're
we
right.
got area, but
You
yeah,
know
about
what?
a year and a half
The
now.
New Year's before last, he joined, and then this New Year's, Chris joined. So Chris has just been a couple months, and Thor's just a little bit over a year. But I was just watching some of the old videos. Old Pine Road Band's going on 7-8 years old, and yeah, there's been just so many different people that have come. But it sounds cheesy, but I just feel like this whole time is just building up to you two. I was always just waiting for you
thank
and
you.
looking for you guys. I'm
It's
so
so
happy.
sweet.
It is
found
though. I
you,
mean,
and,
Chris and I have gone in and out with different groups and found each other on the stage a couple times throughout the years. I mean, Scott, you and myself have shared a stage, in and out with David here and there. This particular little threesome we have going on is an excellent crew, and we can all we know what each other's thinking on stage. We need subtle cues, and as any musician knows, that's pretty handy. And it just worked out where we can jump right into the sets and, oh, here's a new song, guys, and it comes out. We do, all right, I think I know what I can add to that, and that's fun right there.
It really is a beautiful threesome.
It don't get much purtier than that, does it, boys? So are all your musical roots different, or you find a lot of common ground?
Yes, no, yes, all of it.
I think for all of us, like growing up in the Northwoods, I think is a great like microcosm of like getting all of these different musical tastes. Like we live in Rhinelander, the home of Hode country, and so you're gonna have those influences. We also live in a state with a pretty rich, phenomenal bluegrass history, so we have all these local acts that we get to pay some tribute to. I grew up in Rhinelander with the great Scott Kirby playing all over the place. So
Stop it.
I know personally there's a lot of different influences that come from the region in the area that I've been really fun to work in. And then Chris is from a totally different world altogether, totally different planet. Yeah.
And we didn't give him a microphone for that reason, right? He's like, I would love to say something, guys, but I don't have a microphone.
I don't need to say anything. Yeah.
Cool. Well, and so Chris just recently joined you guys in the last little bit of time here, and that's been probably just the coolest thing ever because he brings so much to the table musically, and you got him on the bass right now. He's blowing a little harmonica.
Yeah.
The Chapman
The
stick is in the
Chapman
house.
stick is coming up. Yes, that's. I think moving forward, we're just going to see a lot of just playing. We use this loop pedal. Anybody watching at home might be a little confused when my guitar just disappears out of my hands, but we like to loop one of our instruments, and then we'll kind of use that to keep the rhythm going, and then Chris and I both play a couple of different things, so you'll see us switching back and forth. Yep, there it is right there.
Boom!
Look at
Loop
that.
pedal.
Boots by Mel's Trading Post. Thank
Nice.
you. Yes, yeah. Chris is working on going entirely wireless, not only in terms of cables, but with his hands. He's really been working on using mental force to move the strings and make the sound without the use of hands. It's really something incredible to watch. I mean, mostly it's just him staring at his guitar for like 3 hours, but every now and then if you close your eyes, you can just kind of feel the strings moving, and it's beautiful. It really is.
That's like the men that stare at goats, but right?
The man who stares at strings.
But strings, yeah.
Gosh, awesome! You guys raring for another tune?
Yeah, always.
What's this? What do you got? What do you got for us,
all
David?
these we've been working on and off for a couple years. They all have like working titles, but I think when it's released, they might all be different. So this one I think is called "When All Is Said and Done." I believe that's what's going with what we're going with for now. Don't go searching it on iTunes.
I thought I'd add it to my Amazon Prime Music.
But yeah, so when all is said and done, that's the name of this song here.
Well, it's been a long 5 years, still trying to put together just how I'm here today. Wherever that may be, empty miles and broken hearts, spilling secrets in the dark. Oh, we were young and we were full of rage, and we're fighting all we want, but there comes time to turn the page. Walking down these streets at night, memories wash around by these goddamn street lights, and I wonder if I go back, even if I could. Dreaming out them days to come, hoping someday I could be someone. So you'd have to hear my name. Oh, when I wake up, well, I'm back to dreaming again. Maybe someday I'll see you again, when these had their way and your head begins to gray. Maybe someday I can be your everything. Heaven only knows what tomorrow may bring. Hey! Seasons come and seasons go. That sun sure loves to melt the snow, reminding us all this earth ain't standing still. Memories fade and dreams they try to replace all these days I made in time, but darling, you should know they ain't replacing you. At the end of the day, that's all that's left to do. Maybe someday I'll see you again, when the years have their way and your head begins to gray. Maybe someday I could be your everything. Heaven only knows what tomorrow may bring. Hey! Maybe someday I'll see you again, when the years have their way and your head begins to gray. Maybe someday I can be your everything. Heaven only knows what tomorrow may bring. Hey!
Thank you.
Super gnarly, dudes.
How about that washboard, eh?
What about
Hey,
that
how about that
washboard?
washboard?
Thor, how long you been beating on that washboard, man? Is that well, that's one of those things that we like crawl through childhood with, right? And
Right. Well, yeah, washboard is kind of a strange story for me. I mean, I started playing drums at 10 years old. I went through traditional lessons, played all the way up through college drumline, and somewhere around 18, I was hanging out. I was bartending at Idlehour Resort, a famous little resort over in Pike Lake, and home of Oscar Netzel, the banjo player from Dig Deep. At the time, himself and Ryan Zilka were playing some tunes in the bar, and they had an upright bass and a banjo and guitar. And oh man, I'm a musician. And I'm just itching to get in on this bluegrass stuff, and there's no place for drums usually in the bluegrass circles, and which is outspoken in a lot of them as well. And Oscar says, "Here, take this washboard, try this
His
thing out."
mom just happened to be doing laundry that day.
Yeah. Oscar, who has always been a long collector of many instruments, "Oh, here, try this. Grab this thing and see what you can do with it." And I always really liked snare drum, so I took a lot of the snare drum skills and training and applied it to there, applied it on the washboard, and man, it's been a lot of fun ever since. And ever since I've been doing that, I would have to say it was probably 2010, 2011, and I've just rolled with it ever since. We just picked up a new washboard. This is my brand new baby.
Big thanks to Barry and Lisa from the P-Patch.
Yeah, they
up in
donated
Manny
this
Waters.
to me when I played directly through mine on their stage, and it got a little hole in it and was going to cut me, and it was a
He
little
played
scary.
right through that thing.
So
holy
yeah,
cow.
after 10 years, that's the life of a musical washboard. We've decided.
Man, that is so cool. You know, and you know, forgive me for imposing, you know, like an observation or what I think might be a reality, but generally, if you're walking into some place and you see some guy playing a washboard, your first thought isn't like, "Oh yeah, he probably is like a schooled percussionist."
Yeah, that's
You know what I
it's
mean?
always
Like,
the
is
man,
that-
especially in bluegrass circle, like I bring up before. Somebody sees a washboard. Oh no, that guy. Oh no, that guy's here.
Here comes another hippie
Yeah.
with a washboard.
Yeah, oh,
Look out.
this guy wishes he could play.
tambourine too.
Yep. You know, I've even walked up to stages with my washboard. You know, where one musician on stage, "Hey, is Thor out there with that washboard?" And they'll roll their eyes, and he'll look over. And no, it's okay. He's actually good. You know, and gotta remind him of that a little bit. But it's fun. It's kind of fun to surprise people with. A lot of people don't see the washboard at all, and those that have usually didn't like it. And I like to think folks like it when I play it, so it's kind of fun. It's a little good surprise.
Absolutely. And it also, you know, travels well too. You know, for those circumstances, you don't.
Absolutely. We do a lot of shows where I just bring the washboard, and we found some very fun places for that to fit in some songs you'd never expect it.
No. It's nice. The drums can be loud. I learned that young, when my drum set
What?
that I got for Christmas.
What?
When my drum set I got for Christmas disappeared sometime around Easter.
Oh no!
Still don't know what happened to it, but
It was a
I heard
beautiful
loud
fire.
drums had something to do with it.
The Easter Bunny had a family band that Thumper was looking for a new instrument.
Sounds terrible. They only play Freebird on repeat.
Oh, I've seen. Are you familiar with North Mississippi All Stars?
Little bit, yes.
So Cody Dickinson had this wild thing where he like electrified his washboard.
Yes.
Have you ever? Are you on the cusp of doing some stuff like that?
I have a lot of things in my head, probably too many ideas, and
Yeah.
that's why none of them come out, because by the time I put them all together, it'd be a drum set again. But I think that's a typical drummer thing. You know, we want more cymbals as high as I can reach. You know, so I don't know. I've had my last board had a couple of measuring cups and a certified county jailhouse from the city of Chicago cup on it. And they all fit in a really nice tune, and I would add that to a lot of songs, and I'm looking for a replacement for that. But yeah, and once again here, we're
Throw
going
a
live.
wah
Hit us
pedal.
up on our Facebook with washboard ideas.
Yeah.
Things you want to see attached to the washboard. That would be kind of fun. Let's see what we can do with that.
Yeah.
And you will probably see them out there because I want to try it all. Why not?
Right on. Yeah, and like Future Man has that that thing that. So, do you think that you'd be more inclined to keep it like the acoustic, rhythmic, like tin cup bells and whistles type stuff, or would you consider doing like a trigger or?
I would absolutely try it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking, now that we get into that dream washboard land talk, acoustic and electric washboard, right? I mean,
a wah pedal on the
we could
washboard,
have
make
a
it a
couple,
washboard.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm thinking my acoustic one's got to have an older look. I'm picturing this in my head. It's some rustier cans and older cups. The electric one might be painted like bright blue. We could work with this.
I love it. I love where this is going. Yeah. Oh. Well, yeah, with that wah pedal, it was like this Bonnaroo footage or something, and you like lit the thing on fire after doing, you know, like
Oh
the
my
Jimi
God.
Hendrix
That
Voodoo Child or whatever.
melt some faces.
And David, you know, speaking of instruments and effects and all that sort of stuff, you've gone through different stages in your musical playing where, you know, maybe you've got electric guitar some nights, maybe you've got, you know, just the
Yeah.
acoustic electric. You've also done that thing where, I mean, maybe before Skinner joined, you'd bring your bass along and, you know,
Yeah,
you
I
throw
still-
down you still do that
I
every
still
night?
bring the bass to a lot of shows, and we'll actually do like dueling basses and stuff. We've been
Oh,
playing with
Big
that. Actually,
Bottom.
that's another
All
P
right.
Patch shout out right there. Barry from the P Patch, he gave me a Fender P bass last year, and so or it's a jazz bass, and we like to throw that in. That kind of factors into the different influences too. You know, like I sometimes it's fun to just throw out the electric and start laying down some funk, and sometimes it's good to get back to roots, and we like to be able to have a lot of tools to span it. We came a little light tonight, but usually that rack right there, that's a 7 guitar rack, and usually on a show between the three of us, that thing's filled up with everything. There's mandolins, ukuleles.
It's always fun
too
to get
much,
that guy.
too many strings, too many strings.
Yeah, you get that guy at a show, and you would think the first thing you would know as a band is, well, what's your genre? That should be right there. For us, it's like, man, that's the hardest question you could ask. It's everything. I don't know. Come listen. That's all we can say.
Yeah, we don't know what we play.
Yeah,
we don't really
know.
know until
Our
we're about halfway
originals, you
through
know,
it.
you can kind of pin those down a little bit, but at a show where that might go, what the jams might come into, who knows?
Right on, yeah. And so you guys, obviously, you take all those influences and then make it into your own. And when you're out and about, you know, in the crowds, it's kind of like whatever the energy puts forth, you want to reciprocate, or you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
looking for a good time, hanging out, listening to music,
Free bird.
getting one on. Yeah, for sure.
You get a lot of Slayer requests.
You get a lot of
actually.
Slayer
Yeah,
requests?
That is.
Do you ever oblige?
You know, I not well.
Yeah. Look at me, man. I've got this acoustic guitar. Yeah, yeah.
Do my best. And yeah. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Right on. Oh, when's the next place people can see you playing out, if they're so inclined to?
Oh boy, we were just talking about that. Was that May?
It might be that May 14th.
Yeah,
gig,
I
which
know
would
May
be at
14th
Presque Isle
will be
Pub.
at the Presque Isle Yacht Club.
Yes.
Presque Isle Yacht Club over in Presque Isle.
Nice.
We play there quite a bit. No, that got moved to the 14th because Thor was gone the 22nd. Yeah, you know how crazy schedules have been this last year and a half. It's been
It's all on the fly now.
a lot of playing it by ear and figuring it out, and it's working, and you can just tell, man, people are itching to get back to it.
But yes,
Hopefully we can do it safely.
that would be the next show that we officially have.
May 14th at
Yep.
Presque Isle Yacht Club. Yeah.
Pretty. It goes without saying, though. You know, pretty rough year in terms of you know, kind of doing what you got to do to
Yeah.
stay safe and also keep trying to pay the bills and whatnot.
Exactly. It's a balance, and I know like all the bar owners that we've had, because we took some time off, obviously, and then as we started to dip back into it, you know, every bar owner was just like, you know, really trying to feel it out, because nobody wants to be, you know, the bad guy who's, you know, just obtuse to what's going on in the world. But yeah, there's 100% a thing where there's families that are depending on this, and it's been a game trying to balance that and keep people entertained and happy while also keeping them safe. And I think that's just life and liberty and everything in the United States, just trying to balance happiness and well-being and safety. And
Well, it's
This-
hard.
this
It's
year was
hard
a
to know.
challenge.
Yeah, we were just playing music and having fun, and suddenly you're thrown into you got to be a politician and you want to play shows, and we never expected that. That's why we played music, because it's fun and it's enlightening, and it was hard on everybody, you know. And
Yep.
we really did. We worked out the best to make the best out of it without offending anyone, without trying to hurt anyone's feelings, without, you know, we all have people at risk within our families, and staying safe in all of it. And you know, for myself, I have a job. For these guys, music is their job full time. And how can you, as an able-bodied musician, sit still? It's hard, and then you get cabin fever. And what a thing! It's just a challenge.
it's
And
been a big balancing
Yep.
act. And
I'm proud of the entire music world, especially
Holy
here in the
cow.
Northwoods, for the way they handled everything with this crazy change of life. Everybody made it flow. Everybody made it work. We were able to have outside events where people were safe and people still got to have a show and have some fun.
Yeah, and that's like it's just huge credit to everybody that we've worked with this year that has just been super kind and understanding and just doing everything they can. I mean, it's everybody, the frontline workers and everybody that's dealing with this firsthand. I mean, it's everywhere that's had to really just get on their toes for this and figure it out. And I think the bar owners and music venues up in the Northwoods have really gone above and beyond. Definitely what's required of them, but even what's required by our means, we've been really taken care of. So super grateful to the Northwoods music community and people like you, Scott, for keeping people out there and keeping them playing and practicing and in front of people's faces. It makes a huge world of difference to us. It really does.
Well, thanks so much, man. Appreciate that. Well, yeah, speaking of that, how about another tune?
Yeah, we'd love to do that.
Yeah, I love that. What you got? What you got?
This one we call PBR, professional bull riding. No, it's after the alcoholic beverage. We all happen to be fans of it. Maybe not Chris, but Thor and I.
Overtime is 5 p.m., yeah. Payday can't come, so no, she's feeling for that check. Well, I've got me soda scene, I tend to see them there. Well, I've got PBR in the cold old fashioned in my hand. There's margaritas in the blender on papers on the stand. I've got 7 days, them Morenas do compromise. And if I don't just you let me sleep, at least warm in my bed. No, cheap cigars and 90s cars don't cost much at all. I ain't got no 401k, but I got this shot of cocaine and 12 Pall Mall. Well, I've got PBR in the corn, old fashioned in my hand. There's margaritas in the blend room, papers on the stand. I've got 7 days till Miranda's do compromise. And if I don't just you let me sleep, at least warm my bed. PBR in the corn old fashioned in my hand. There's margaritas in the blender on papers on the stand. I've got 7 days till Miranda's do compromise. And if I don't just you let me sleep, at least warm my bed. funky.
Getting funky. Yeah. Yeah, that's a groovy tune. I can't imagine like a dance floor not being packed when you guys bust that out.
That's we don't bust it out much. This is actually we're debuting a bunch of these. That's the only one that we play live. Every now and then we hit it, but this is our big introduction. These are a lot of these songs.
These are the world premiere.
The world premiere.
Mr. Worldwide.
Worldwide prestige. Worldwide premiere. Fantastic. And so you're working on an album. Are you working on an album, like studio recording, getting?
So this is a funny story. So I went full time with my music. It's not funny. I don't know why I said that. It's not. it's probably not even that interesting. But when I went full time with music, I wanted to start recording. And there's so many different options nowadays. You can see like the people that are doing it themselves at home. There's a lot of recording studios and stuff. So I went ahead and I invested in some equipment and I got it all and I set it up and, I really researched and then I went to plug it in and I couldn't figure out how to make flipping anything work. It sounded terrible. So after I got all that, then I had to, invest in better mics and better hookups and everything like that. So it's been a process of writing these. Pretty much everything here, like I wrote and produced over the last couple of years and I've been putting it together myself. And that's been why it's taken so long. I've been teaching myself how to produce, how to record it, how to put it all down, and you understand how just juggling all of those things
No
is.
small task.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you what.
Absolutely. So we finally got some of those things pinned down, and now with the lineup pinned down, we've actually been really hitting that hard. So I would say that the songs are pretty much finished. They just need to be mastered, and then we'll have that released pretty soon here, probably. Hopefully before the sun's up full time.
Fantastic. And there's you're also a photographer, David. Your artistry
Yes.
expands beyond just
I also
the realm of music
paint,
and the discipline. You paint
as well as interpretive dance.
interpretive dance.
Yeah, only my girlfriend sees it and my daughter. But I do it, and I put a lot of effort into that. Out of all the things that I think I do, that is really my pride and joy.
It's like the dance quintet, right?
Yeah. If I can't interpretive dance, what am I doing all this other stuff for? That's what it comes down to.
I love it. And only that to say, are you going to be self-sourcing that album artwork with a photo or
We'll
a
see.
painting?
We'll
that
see.
you've-
I've been playing with that and some of the graphics and stuff, and that honestly is one of the reasons I got into photography. Is I've been doing this business. You obviously there's web design, there's promotion, and these different things that you have to start to put together. And so I wanted to be able to take pictures, and plus playing in the Northwoods, it's like every weekend we're going to some new beautiful location, this little slice of heaven. So it's like I had to get into that to really show everybody how awesome it is up here and how wonderful it is. But in terms of the artwork itself, there's a few people that we talked to. I know Cole from Cinnamon Tattoo. We're good friends, and he's shot a lot of ideas. And anything Cole does, he's done my whole arm and everything like that. So huge fan of his work, and I'm sure he's going to be incorporated into some of our future graphic stuff for sure.
Right on.
For sure.
And you touch on an interesting point there too, because I think just as we talk about the misconceptions that maybe happen when you walk in and you see a washboard, I think sometimes too that there's something about the musicians such as yourselves. It's not that you can't make it in a big city or you don't have aspirations towards whatever those other paths seem to unfold in the mind of the asker,
Yeah.
But there's a really, like you said, it's a little slice of heaven here, the natural beauty, and when you can go an hour and a half north and be in this beautiful pristine almost
yeah.
wilderness, if they say Presque Isle being the last wilderness in Wisconsin.
Yeah. We're standing on the South Shore, Lake Superior, staring out over the bluffs on the Porkies. I mean, to be just right in the center of all of this, like there's people that work an entire lifetime in the cities to come up here and try to catch their piece of that, when the work is done, and we're getting to work in it. And so, they say, if you love what you're doing, you never work a day in your life. That's bold. That's bold, because there's work. I tell you what, you start carrying these speakers around, and sometimes college does look like the better option, But, I mean, yeah, you're going to just some wonderful, like, Mance, Wishwaters, Mercer, Eagle River, Boulder Junction, St. Germain, Wakefield, Michigan. Like, all these places are just these amazing vacation destinations, and we've got to meet some awesome people. And it's year-round. That's the other cool thing. It's just like we get our shorts out, we put them back in the closet, and we get our jacket out. And we're just always doing something. We're always outdoor. The culture is unique, to say the least, and it's beautiful, and the area we live in is beautiful. So
we need a separate van for fishing gear, skiing gear, hiking
that's
gear.
Been the
all
big
that.
thing. It's like, how many trailers can we hook together before it's a safety hazard? we got to have the camping gear, we got the kayaks, the fishing poles, and we did that this year. Actually, Thor and I played down in Oshkosh, and I told him, hey man, there's this river that's right outside the venue. It's a really cool little spot. I want to try paddling on it. And so we get down there. We're like 4 or 5 hours early, all excited to paddle this river. Well, here, the time of year, the water level was twice as high, and that thing was a raging stream the whole way. But us being the troopers we were, threw the kayaks in the water, and I mean, paddled a good 20 minutes to get 50 feet upriver before we stopped and dropped anchor and took a nap on the water.
But that's a really cool thing. Not everybody gets to experience. And, sure, there's wilderness and beautiful terrain, in California and Oregon and Washington and, Tennessee and all over. I mean, we live on a beautiful planet, right?
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, I mean, there's
we're
just
in one of those
something-
places that's really utilizing it. And I think it's growing. Like, obviously we're in the midst of probably one of the hugest migrations from the cities to these rural areas that our lifetime has seen. Just look at the housing market and everything like that. So we're just on the cusp of, I think, what the area has to offer in terms of, not just tourism for the people that are coming to visit, but for the people that live here. There's a lot of people that I think are really working to make this place, the place to be. And we can feel that and sense that with everybody we work with. And, we're grateful to be here. There's no rush to get out of the area, as long as we still get to see those beautiful Wisconsin sunsets. We're set. We're set. Cool. Mostly.
I mean, vacation elsewhere is
We need a
still
little
pretty
PBR.
Right on. Well, Mr. Chris Skinner has picked up that Chapman stick, and we were. I know you don't have the mic in front of you, but we were just treated to your concert there, the Homegrown Series, just like 2-3 weeks ago. I think it was on a Sunday night, and that was really cool. Because the Chapman stick is a cool instrument, and the way you play that thing is just also really cool. And it must be, we talk about, like, it's got the bass strings, it's got the guitar strings, and it's all, not super traditional in terms of, like, bringing that instrument to maybe a more traditional, like, guitar drum format. Am I wrong on that? It's meant to fill all those voids.
Well, it's a conundrum, really. I mean, it's not necessarily easy to integrate in any known style of music, just because it's not a guitar, it's not a bass. So maybe wrapping your head around that, just the fact that it is a Chapman stick, but the instrument itself, there's nothing about it that says why not. It's just a really intelligent instrument that's symmetrical and ergonomic. So, and actually, I've been trying to keep up with this guy with all the bluegrass stuff, and I think it turns out that the Chapman stick might in fact be a good instrument for bluegrass, just because of its layout.
We're
A lot of fits.
we're breaking new ground every day.
We'll see.
Fantastic. Well, I think let's. What's this next tune that you're going to play for us?
This is actually I think the oldest song I've had in my catalog. I call it Paper Hands.
Okay.
Writer's block when it comes to writing is an ever prevalent thing. So this song is nonsense. I took the come together approach, and it was just like, that sounds cool. I'm putting it in there. So don't try to make sense of the lyrics. just don't. It's not worth it. but just have fun and listen to the jam because it's a funky, fun jam.
Okay, and just a technical thing. Are you running that through the loop?
No.
You're not. Okay, so
that's solo dolo.
we made that switch earlier, and so you were still going through there. So I just want to readjust your level.
For those of you at home, Scott's studio is just a beautiful little slice of heaven here too. Holy cow!
Oh, stop it,
This is a
David.
musician's
Oh,
dream
stop
right
it. Oh,
here.
stop it.
Get in here.
It
and,
is.
and make some beautiful music with
excellent.
Scott Kirby. I'm a
Yep.
happy man.
Before I could be seated, I was treated with a glass of bourbon. I mean,
the
Excellent,
bourbon,
excellent.
that's great. But dinner.
oh,
Uh,
yes.
With the presentation just blew me away. Callie absolutely killed it. It was delicious. It looked beautiful. We're feeling very rich indeed. Very rich. Might have ate too much pie.
Oh, but the pie was good too.
Cool. I think I got enough to work with there. I'll probably just make a couple adjustments as we're going through it, but it should be okay for launch off there.
All right.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you, Scott.
We love you.
Well, you know, play a five, you got paper hand. Your burns run deeper than the average man. You know, you cannot lie to yourself. Well, a diamond and it can't buy you much. Gotta work half the day just to buy your lunch. But son, listen, you gotta earn that sweat on your brow. Keep your head up, eye straight. Hear what I say, mind what I tell you. Don't you dare look away. You keep this up, I'll take you straight to the top. And you can say all that you wanna say, but it don't mean a thing to me. Try to throw it all away for just one more day, soaking in your eyes, and I swear I've never seen some so beautiful, some so mean. Well, metaphors give a short color to the sadness. A little iteration gives a method to the madness. Tongue tied and twisted the seams. My intuition got my dreams bursting at the seams. Perception is reality, the rest is a fallacy. Lies tell herself devils cope with humanity. And not scared to die no more. I just wanna know what's behind that door. Throw it all away for just one more day, soaking in your eyes, and I swear I've never seen some so beautiful, some so mean. Just one more day, soaking in your eyes, and I swear I've never seen some so beautiful, some so mean.
Tight shit funk. Boy, it's weird. It's weird playing and not having people out there clapping. Katie, if you could. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, that's our fan.
Katie's our biggest fan.
Yeah, I think you guys had to pay her to be here or something. No, it is awesome. You guys feel like rolling just into this other one?
We can. I
Cool.
mean,
Yeah.
it's what we're here to do, Scott.
We are here to rock!
All right, we're gonna do one of our favorites, and one of my earliest songs I can remember growing up, Copperhead Road. I can remember my dad the first time he played this song for me. We were in his old white Toyota, and he's listening to the song and just those crappy speakers, and the song still punched me in the gut. So to this day, I love Copperhead Road.
For some reason, this song speaks to everyone on some level.
Well, my name's Johnny Pettymore. Say my nanny and his daddy before. You hardly ever saw Granddad around here. He only come to town about twice a year. And my 100 mile east and some Copper line. Everybody knew that he made moonshine. Now the revenue man wanted Granddaddy mad, headed up the highway with everything he had. For my time, I've been told, never came back from Copperhead Road. Now Nanny ran the whiskey in a bit like Dodge. Bought an auction at the Mason's Lodge. Old night a kind of shade painted on the side. Just shot a coat of primer and they looked inside. With him, my uncle tore the engine down. I can still remember that rumbling sound. With a shell came around in the middle of the night. Heard mom crying, something wasn't right. Hitting down the nozzle with a wiggly load. You can smell the whiskey burning down Copperhead Road. Hey! I'm gonna tell you I'm on my birthday. They draft the white trash first in there anyway. I done did nothing dirty in Vietnam. And I come home with a brand new plan. I take a seat from Colombia, Mexico. I just planted up the house on Copperhead Road. Now the DA's got a chopper in the air, well screaming like a Mac over there. Learning to try, don't you know? Better stay away from Copperhead Road. Copperhead Road. Copperhead Road. Copperhead Road. Copperhead Road.
Little Steve Earle.
Little
for you.
Steve Earle tune, Copperhead Road. Nice.
I think Chris wants to talk some more. He kind of looks like he was hoping to.
I've got a lot of things to say. Well, Chris Skinner, I had you on the Midwest Music Hour a while ago with your Chapman stick, and that was really cool. And your name has been brought up in other sessions. You know, like for instance, you've been carving, making native flutes, wooden flutes. Phil Wickham had one that he was playing on a session that we did the other year, last year I think, and I think he brought one to our more recent session, but I'm not sure that did he get on it? No.
The native flute?
The native flute, yeah.
I got one from him yesterday, and I should have brought it. That thing is so flipping cool.
Oh,
Holy
yeah?
cow. Yeah.
Yeah, Phil used one in his homegrown concert too.
Yeah.
I haven't made a flute in probably a year or so now, though.
Okay.
I don't know. Just took a little break from it. I made like 100 of them and got sick of it, but I could always get back into it, right?
You were tuning those. I mean, they were built to a specific scale.
Yeah, I tried to make, a master set for myself, just one of each of the keys, right?
Mhm.
So like 13, 14 flutes, and then different sizes and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a hobby.
A cool project.
One day I said I want to make a flute, and I did.
Because I was
That's about all I got to say about that.
Pretty much.
But you'd have one for then different keys and everything, and I was, that's what I was kind of thinking, like they'd be like harmonicas or whatnot.
Yeah,
you'd put them to.
Precisely, yeah. You're going to need one for each key you play in. Or if you're good, you could play a few keys with one flute or harmonica, similar. But yeah, and then actually I think that's probably what killed flutes. I got into playing harmonica. And then...
Next
Sure.
is going to be the walking stick harmonica.
Oh.
He's got the
yeah.
blueprints. He's just got to
Yeah.
get it together.
Walking stick harmonica. Man. No, that's super cool, though. Is that that's a mathematical, engineering thing in terms of the diameter of a hole, like the placement on the body?
It doesn't have
the
to
length?
be. I just, I use some basic symmetry and some trial and error or look at a flute that exists and just copy it.
Mhm.
And if you didn't drill your holes too big, you'd still have room to correct any errors. So I actually just drill tiny holes, and then I take a wood burner, tune them by burning it out and playing it against a guitar tuner.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not that crazy. It seems like it would be. I was actually thinking the flute thing would be best for kits. I should figure out how to pre-make all the stuff, sell it as a kit with instructions, make your own flute. 'Cause,
Yeah.
they are a lot of work. And
I'm just loving watching Chris hold all these different things, and I don't know what to do with my hands.
Now I cannot play my Chapman stick with my fingers. I will use my toes.
For his next act.
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. What do you dig about playing music with these guys in terms of applying the Chapman stick to this arrangement?
I guess first and foremost, they like playing with me, so that's always good. Not everybody likes me to be playing in their band. Yeah, I don't know. And they're just fun to play with. They know what they're doing. Easy going. Similar enough tastes.
Yeah.
Yet
Yeah.
important. We bring different light to each other's music arrangements, that's for sure.
They let me do whatever I want for the most part.
Nice.
That helps.
Just because of things that, these guys have me look up or I have them look up, now my playlist as I'm in the shower it turns to different things I wouldn't have had before and expands your mind into new horizons and new ideas.
Indeed.
Right on. I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I hate you, McDonald's.
I think we got to pay for that now.
Yeah, now dang it. This just got taken offline.
You thought we were going to gain a sponsorship. Turns out that's a massive fine.
McDonald's now owns the right to the Old Pine Road Band.
No.
They're coming for us. They're gonna McMurder us.
Oh no. Oh no. Take this cheese.
You're McDead, Old Pine Road Band.
I'll make double you.
Get him, Ronald.
You guys all have like I don't know. Sometimes I try to think of like fun questions to ask, and one of them would be like, biggest musical influence. Buckethead.
Chris talks about Buckethead at least 4 times an hour.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that tour, the Bucket Up Bernie Brains. Oh yeah. That was a super good tour. Wow. Wow. Ooh.
That's a lot of notes.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of notes.
Thor, do you have one?
Yeah, for me, it was always probably Buddy Rich as a drummer. I mean, who doesn't look at Buddy Rich as one of the best? But it's not just the drums in Buddy Rich either. I mean, I think everybody looks at that, oh, yeah, of course it's Buddy Rich. But the band, the musicianship, my introduction to drum set and a full kit came from jazz training. And, the best thing my instructor did was he handed me these tapes and he said, here, play these Buddy Rich tapes and watch this guy. And just, mind blown. There I was, 12, 13 years old. Mind exploded, and I still look to videos and tunes, recordings of Buddies for new licks, and most of them I can't copy, but I try to steal some sampling where I can, and yeah, that's definitely one of my top. But I was also lucky enough growing up where, you get in the truck with Dad, and it was country radio, and you got in with Mom, and it was oldies rock mix, and so from the very beginning, I was all over the map with my music, and I think all of us are, and that's fun. Every music has a little bit of value somewhere, even if it's corny and whatever.
For sure. And how about you, Mr. David?
You know what? I'd say Pink Floyd, David Gilmour. That was my first. I think it was the solo for "Comfortably Numb." I heard that and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a guitar player. Not a good one, but I'm gonna get a guitar and I'm gonna try to butcher it. But yeah, Pink Floyd is a huge influence. My dad did a good job of showing me some good, crazy old progressive rock and things like that. And yeah, very appreciative of it. Very appreciative.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, how about another song, boys? How about another song?
I'd love to. We'll do an old Beatles tune, eh?
Ooh.
Here come that top, he come grooving on slowly. He now do I but he won't hold him roll up. He now head down to his knee. Got to joker, he just do what he please. Yeah. He wear no shoes shining out, Georgian football hang out, monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola. He said, well, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together now. Whoa, me. He back production, he got always stumbled, he got no cyber, he won't find no cracker, he got beat down below his knee. Hold you in his arms till you can feel his disease. Come together now. Whoa, me. He roller coaster, he got early warning, he got muddy water, he want bottle filter. He said 1, 1, 1 is 3. Got to be good looking, 'cause he's so hard to see. Come together now. Come together now. Come together. Whoa, me.
Well, that's a lovely number by the Beatles.
It's about as Liverpoolish as we get. I think it's about time to tune there, eh? Sounds about right.
Okay.
Scott, congratulations to you. I don't know if anybody said it, but I saw that you got the is it a trust grant or the independent music. I'm butchering it, but congratulations nonetheless.
Well, thank you very much, David. It's the Northern Arts Council Individual Artist Grant for the year.
Artist.
And yeah, thanks, man. What a super honor to have that come my way.
There isn't a face up here who deserves it more, man. You're wonderful. You're huge. You and Tuck Pence are Goliaths, and the rest of us are just happy to be around you.
Well, thanks, man. But I would encourage you guys to check into that, in the coming years, next year and whatnot. I know that there's not really a whole big, climate of like grant writing for our local artist community, it seems, and I think that if there's other people, other artists, such as yourselves, who can benefit by getting involved, with stuff like that, all the more better,
Yeah.
things could be, capabilities to to get some help where it's
Yeah.
needed. Maybe like for your album project or something like
For
that.
sure.
Or
For sure. I know
um,
we've been basically living on the fringes of society up to this point. Where
Yeah.
I think it's time we start getting involved a little bit.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's it's all sorts of different grants are out there, and yeah, from my understanding, we don't really have a huge culture of that here, and it'd be great because people need help.
Yeah. Oh,
And,
absolutely. Absolutely. There's a huge community of people up here who just need to be heard.
Absolutely. Did you get that retuned?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. So, yeah, and I'm not sure where it is, and I'm just hearing. Maybe it's just me. People out there might be hearing it too. We've got like a. It's like a weird
rattling.
cable or
is
something.
Is that heater up too close?
No,
to the
no, it's not
walls?
the rattle. It's like a pop, like a electronic like cable
the pop.
shorting or something. Is that on your
From
banjo?
the banjo. Just maybe try muting the banjo.
No, I muted your banjo. It's not the banjo.
It could be one of these speakers too. I wonder if I'm overpowering one of the speakers and getting a pop out of that.
Oh, I didn't get a red light, so that should be okay. It's almost like it's a forceful like. It's
Yeah, I
either
can
like
hear it.
that
I'm hearing
kick
it.
head, that
Huh.
head on the kick, maybe.
Could be.
I don't know.
It sounds to me like when David really gets down and goes for a little fortissimo between his voice
I'm
and
wondering
guitar.
if I'm one of these, if I'm just cracking out one of these speakers.
Yeah, it
Monitors here.
seems like more of a direct thing here, but. Are the
This is
speakers
my
sounding?
first time using this guitar, by the way. The speakers are on. The speakers are on.
No, I mean, are they sounding like they're distorting for you up there a little bit when that's
They're
happening?
sounding good, but I am hearing that clipping little pop here and there.
Okay, so
And,
you're hearing then what
yeah,
I'm
hearing it. Yeah.
So that leads me to believe it's like a signal source,
Okay.
And I don't know if we just got a dirty
Thor, cut
cable
it
or
out.
a.
I'm
Just
so
stop
sorry.
it.
Too many signals back here.
I should have brought some WD-40. Okay. All right. Sorry. Next time I will say nothing.
All good. All good.
We're chasing down a little.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
That's got to be a fun like juggling act though at the live show when you guys start just. I mean, it's fun right now even here. This is a live show too, But when you guys are trading instruments and throwing on the looper, it seems like it's like
Yeah.
what a cool spectacle. Not
thank
only
you.
like the music to be hearing it, but for somebody to be out there and like, oh my gosh, do you see those guys? It's like
We get a lot of people really confused. We actually had a guy at a show probably a week or two ago, and I'm playing, and I set down the guitar, because I had laid down the loop, and it blew his mind. He didn't understand where the guitar sound was coming from, and someone had to sit him down and explain. He thought it was like him. He thought there was something going on with his head that he could still hear the music, but the guitar wasn't playing.
one of them nights, huh?
Yeah, so it is. It's a spectacle. I'd say tonight we're being really behaved. We really tried to pin everything down, but we get pretty loosey goosey out there, and we have some other awesome musicians who join us from time to time. Buck Kipper is one of those guys who he'll come sling some sax. That last original we played, Paper Hands, actually Brett Petrick and Buck helped me write and work on that song. So there's a lot of other faces and names that come through and add some cool, fun elements to the sound. And yeah, just between the three of us, like there's enough instruments, but we still like to bring more guys with more instruments, just because.
Yeah.
Because we can.
And you got any shows coming up this summer that'll feature like those guys sitting in with you?
Yeah, I know we're doing for 4th of July. We're doing Music in the Park up in Manitowish Waters,
Nice.
and that's probably going to be a little bit of a showcase.
Yeah.
We'll try to bring some fun faces out there, and of course you're always welcome to come out for the 4th. I'm sure you're busy as can be, but yeah, it's a
Yeah,
fun
should
show.
you not be? Let's put you on this side of
should
things.
not be busy on the
That's,
phone.
All right.
Manitowish Waters has some phenomenal fireworks, and I mean, we'd go up there just for the fireworks. They didn't have to pay us. Don't
You
tell
are
them
a-
that, but
you are a
we'd go up there
firework,
just
David.
for the fireworks.
You are a firework.
But yeah, that's gonna be probably our really big fun one this summer.
Okay.
Still think some of the fairs are waiting to figure out what they're gonna do, but if we got enough stage space, I mean, we'll fill it. that's it. If we got the room, we'll fill it. We got the stuff. We got the guys.
Right on. What was that doing? Like, were you playing some? Were you playing right there? Was that the lick from Money?
He's a noodler. Chris is a noodler.
It seems like it's always the guy with the bass in his hands. Always just
is.
ripping out
It
licks,
is.
you know? Something about that bass, it just brings your soul out.
Oh yeah. Nice. Well, I will not. I will not keep you any more from the next one. I'll let you play on, babe.
Awesome. This next song is a Tyler Childers tune, and we are, I think, universally big Tyler Childers fans. I saw him at Blue Ox probably 2 or 3 years ago, and at that point, I had no idea who he was. I just remember the guy at the campsite across from me was like, "Oh, dude, I don't even know you, but you gotta go watch Tyler Childers." And I'm so happy he did, because oh my gosh, he's one of our favorites, and we really love his music. So we're gonna do a song of his called White House Road.
Early in the morning when the sun does rise, laying in a bed in the bloodshot eyes, late in the evening when the sun sinks low, that's about the time my rooster crows. But I got women up and down this creek, yeah, the king ain't gone and my ending clean. Run me ragged, but I don't fret, 'cause there ain't nothing to slow me down, none yet. Get me drinking that moonshine, get me higher than a grocery bill, take my trouble to a high wall, throw 'em in a river and get your fill. We've been sniffing that cocaine, ain't nothing better when the wind cuts cold. Lord, it's a mighty hard living, damn good feeling around these roads. But I got people try to tell me, Red, you keep this living gonna wind up dead. You cast your trouble on the Lord of Lords, I'll wind up laying on a cooling board. But I got buddies of the White House Road, yeah, the king ain't strutting when my feet ain't low. I know it's gonna ease my pain, you know this running gonna keep me sane. Get me drinking that moonshine, get me higher than a grocery bill, take my trouble to a high wall, throw 'em in a river and get your fill. We've been sniffing that cocaine, ain't nothing better when the wind cuts cold. Lord, it's a mighty hard living, damn good feeling around these roads. When you lay me in the cold dark clay, won't sing them hymns while the mandolins play. You tell them ladies that they are not frown, 'cause there ain't been nothing ever held me down. Oh, men and women are shadow on grave, same old blues, just different day. Get me drinking that moonshine, get me higher than a grocery bill, take my trouble to a high wall, throw 'em in a river and get your fill. We've been sniffing that cocaine, ain't nothing better when the wind cuts cold. Lord, it's mighty hard living, damn good feeling around these roads. sunshine, get me higher than a grocery bill. Take my trouble to a high wall, throw 'em in a river and get your fill. We've been sniffing that cocaine, ain't nothing better when the wind cuts cold. Lord, it's mighty hard living, it's a damn good feeling to run these roads.
Yeah! Woo! White House Road!
I think it might be this pedal that's papa-lapping. Really? I brought new batteries.
Oh. Did it get like drastically more spastic on that one? Like pronounced, more
no.
pronounced?
I didn't think so, no.
Okay. Are you getting that in your in-ear?
Oh, yeah, I hear it here, too. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's try muting real quick, and I'll try changing this battery for.
On your guitar. Okay. Yep. Well, I'll just say again, like, what a treat this is. You fellers are tearing it up tonight. It is one of those things where, you know, people are always busy, and so you don't always have the opportunity to go listen to other bands and you know, because you're all playing at the same time in different places, and so it's just nice that you guys are here. And oh well, some of you guys are still here. Thor's still here,
Right. I
Thor's
was just going to say that's one of the biggest things I miss about festivals. And, you know, with the pandemic, festivals being gone, that's the one rare opportunity in a musician's life where if you're lucky enough to be on the bill at a festival, then in the little bit of off time on your day, if you're not booked the other days, you get to see some other bands and get into that little family aspect. And what a great thing we're lucky to have here in Wisconsin. The music family, for those enough lucky to be included with it, what a place. What a thing. We're very lucky here. The mystery of the guitar battery, is that what we're after?
Yeah, it is a great Wisconsin music, you know, community.
It is. We're
Such a
really, really
family.
lucky. We're really lucky for that. And I can't wait for, you know, we're starting to slowly see some of those festivals release some dates and some names. And, you know, I think this summer isn't going to be, you know, full scale, but there's going to be some stuff out there. And I'm willing to bet by next summer we're going to see a really nice festival lineup back that makes us feel like a little bit more normal. I'm sick of that word, but if we could get back to feeling like it, it sure would be nice.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's, you know, it's a little difficult too because, you know, different states have their own different, you know, guidelines or whatnot, you know, and it's kind of one of the cool things because we're in this area where we're, you know, we're like right on the border, you know,
Yeah.
with Michigan and whatnot. But, you know, Michigan's had different, you know, ordinances and
Exactly. It's different wherever you go. You know, just this last weekend we spent a little time running around in Minnesota, and things are different over there, and different cities and whatever. It's all different, but it'll be nice to see some things get to congruency on that. You know, at least we can all get outside in the, like I said earlier in the show, outdoor festivals. What a savor that was, outdoor shows. Mm-hmm. Without that, I may have needed, you know, a little more therapy than normal. You know.
yeah, absolutely.
It was needed. The few outdoor shows that we got to go to and perform in both were extremely good for everyone that was there. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give this a shot. You know what they say? If one guitar doesn't work, use one of the 15 other that are like.
How many guitars did you bring? I will
Ooh, and this one's nice and hot. Sorry,
This one's
at
got
home.
a nice gain structure to it.
Hope none of you were wearing earbuds.
Oh, just me. Just me. do, you,
Whack.
do you have an onboard?
Is this the last tune we've got for the folks there, David, or is there more? What do we got?
We'll go until Scott wants us to.
Looking for that magical red light in the back of the room.
Oh, sweet. Well, shoot, you're not necessary. What will we leave on the cutting room floor? Yeah, I'm cool with one more. I'm cool with two more.
Yeah.
I'm cool if you want to do like a little pause and say awesome Midwest Music Hour and then pop back on for another like short set for your fans out there, you're cool to do that too.
We're down
Or-
to do whatever.
or if you just-
we're down to do whatever.
If you want to have more pie, we can have more pie.
Pie sounds good. let's do two more songs here, and then we'll go from there.
Cool.
I think that sounds good.
All right, I'll let you just roll through them. You want back to back and
Yeah, that sounds good.
okay, sweet.
Now I gotta think what songs. Austin, and then I wonder if I should do Rock Salt first. Do a slow.
Yeah, and
We're gonna go ahead and
I'm gonna do a quick
showcase.
solo one
Yeah,
here
we'll
for
showcase Mr. David.
More Tyler for you.
By the banks of the river, where the willows hang down, then the wild birds they warble with a low moaning sound. Way down in the hollow, where the river runs cold, lives there I first listened to the lies that you told. Now as I lie on my back and I see your sweet face, the past I remember, that time can't erase. In letters you wrote me, they're written in shame. Then I know that your conscience still echoes my name. Now if the ladies are blackbirds, now if the ladies were thrushes, well, I'd lie there for hours in the chilly cold marshes. And if the women were squirrels with them high bushy tails, well, I'd load up my shotgun with rock salt nails. Well, I'd load up my shotgun with rock salt nails. Charleston girl in dark and roomy, you don't know her like I do. Took the fire escape to her room and got stone raging blind. I left money in the trust in hand and most steel brothers and thrash grass band. One day I'ma drive them there and give them half my mind. I don't know if it's wine or coke that makes you sound like her jaw is broke. She's working hard to make some sense, but she ain't got a dime. I wish God and I could help her out. I wish now she's talking about. I wish God that I could get away, but I'm way too drunk to drive. And all I know is that when I'm good and sober, I'm leaving West Virginia for a while. I don't know why, but every time I cross that river, Lord, there's something tears me up, makes me wild. Charleston girl with the raven hair, bloodshot eyes and skin so fair. I believe I can find my keys. I try to drive away. I didn't plan to leave so soon. I didn't know it'd taste sweet on you. Just go ahead and take her, 'cause she ain't worth the time. And all I know is that when I'm good and sober, I'm leaving West Virginia for a while. I don't know why, but every time I cross that river, Lord, there's something tears me up, makes me wild. And all I know is that when I'm good and sober, I'm leaving West Virginia for a while. I don't know why, but every time I cross that river, Lord, there's something tears me up, makes me wild.
Beauteous.
Kirby.
Were those both Tyler Childers numbers?
Those are both Tyler. Actually, you know what? The first one was Tyler Childers covering another fella, a cover of a cover.
No way.
We're
a
getting
cover
into
of a cover.
cover inception. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the fella, but yes, a cover within a cover
Oh,
within
it's
a
beautiful.
cover.
It's beautiful. we were so bummed. We had tickets to go see Tyler and Sturgill Simpson in Madison
In
last
Madison.
year.
As did we in Minneapolis.
We
same,
had it
same
set
tour.
for the
Yes.
very first week of quarantine lockdown. That
Yep.
was the very first week, and they shut it down.
It was very
heartbreaking.
brutal. That was
heartbreaking.
that was my birthday present from
Did
Katie,
it-
my girlfriend, and oh man, it was heartbreaking.
Did it take you about 8 months to get your refund too for that one?
I'm still trying to get my.
That's Stub.
I'm still just getting over it.
Stubhebs was like,
Just
you
waiting
guys-
for the next
you
It's
guys-
opportunity.
about exactly a year, probably this past weekend, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it's
Yeah.
I'm still a little hurt.
Yep.
Had it all set up.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Armory. We were gonna go check out Tyler and Sturgill. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Which God, Sturgill is amazing. I just was introducing Chris over here to Sturgill the other day, and that's another one of those guys that it's like, you know what genre am I? Whatever I feel like today. that's I think what all of us should aspire to be.
Gone through the many metamorphoses.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
And continues to do so.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's the cool thing. That's the cool thing about music is it's so, malleable.
Oh, it's a journey. It's a journey, that's for sure. All the different styles and ways you acquire and inquire about in your journey is insane.
Yeah. The only thing I wanted, not the only thing. What's your advice to the aspiring musician out there?
I think Chris should open with that one.
Don't do it. Run away.
I think
Yeah, just like that kid coming up to you in the grocery store saying, "Hey, man, you're in a band. That's so cool. I want to be in a band too." What do you say to that kid?
Do it, yeah. I think with art, one thing that I'm like finding as I'm going through some of these different meetings and just trying to keep myself busy, but teaching myself these crafts is just like put in the time. You know, if you sit there every day with your guitar, and maybe you only know 2-3 chords, but if you keep working on those 2-3 chords, you're gonna get really good at them. So you add in that 4th chord, and now you're blowing minds, melting faces. But it really does come down to if you put the time into it, you're gonna get it out. It's one of those things that it's exponential. Like, you know, if you're struggling, I think it was Tommy Emmanuel, who's probably one of my favorite guitar players, and he was doing an interview, and the interviewer asked him, you know, what do you do to keep your hands from cramping or hurting? And Tommy was like, just really callously, well, if they're hurt, you're not playing enough. and although I'm sure there's other things that can cause hand pain, it's uncomfortable. Yeah, a little callous, but at the same time, there is a level of like, you know, if you put the work into it, you put the time into it, you grow those muscle groups, you grow the muscle memory, you're gonna find, you know, something. Success looks different to everybody, but you're definitely gonna start creating something that's beautiful, and everything you do, you know, it's so easy to be proud of no matter what it is. You know, even if it's a little painting as a kid you did where you know, scribbled this and, you know, maybe it's not the best, but it's something you made. And, yeah, I just think it's so cool to go back and, like, listen to some of those old things and sometimes even pick up some of those old things. A lot of these songs that we're playing, you know, are songs that I wrote years ago and just kind of put on the back burner. And so when it came time to really assemble some stuff, it was like, oh, I've got all these projects, and you know, I've grown on this, I've changed this, and yeah, you know, talking again like that journey through art. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's cooking, whether it's painting, whether it's photography. If you put the time in, you get yourself out there, you know, learn, look for people. I have to say personally, you are, I mean, just a huge influence to me, and I'm just going to keep filling your head up until you can't get out the door. But, you know, I can still remember when I really was first starting to get into playing at bars and building my set list. You took me with you to, I think it was the Blend, and then we played at Happy's after that. And, you know, the amount of stuff that I learned in just that one day of you taking me out, I mean, has set me on this path and done all this stuff. The best thing I remember about that day, though, was afterwards at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, us going to Sportsman Cafe and like clearing out her dessert tray of just every type of like delicacy you could imagine. You treated me that night so good, and I'll remember it forever. But yeah, get out there and find people. I think both of us have had a lot of involvement in open mics. So people for music specifically, no matter what level you are, get out there and network and meet people and listen, learn, grow, and love. I'm going to put that on a poster after this. Listen, grow, learn, love, because that's what it's all about.
Thanks, man. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Take a bow.
You got anything to add to that, Thor?
I would say biggest for me is don't be, if you're looking into learning music, keep your ears and eyes open to every genre, every type of music that's out there. You know, as we talked about earlier, my washboard skills came from marching band snare skills. You wouldn't expect the two to relate. So, you know, and I know a lot of David's experience draws from, you know, like you just said, some watching you. And Chris spent time in Colorado with other people, and you don't know who you're going to find as a musician. You don't even have to like the song you're hearing. I have licks that I use for drum fills that come out of songs I despise. But yeah, there's like 3 seconds in that song where, oh, hey, that would fit in another song. So I think that's my biggest piece, is probably just keep your eyes and ears open. Music comes from anywhere, and you might hear something cool where you didn't expect to find it. And the other big thing that fits with that is never give up on your music. You know, David's raising his daughter. I have a career in electricity and electronics. Chris is managing, you know, relationships, as am I, as is David. All of us, we have this whole life going on. And someone, I can't remember who it was or where, but young in my music career said, never, ever, through all the challenges, through everything you do, never give up on your music. It's work for us to be here and do this. Yeah. You have to want it. This isn't where, oh, I'm going to play guitar because I'm going to go to the campfire and pick up girls. Like, Yeah,
well, that's
you-
part of it.
you could
That's a little bit of it.
Well, anybody that says that wasn't a small degree into why they got into music, I mean, is probably a liar. I mean, that's just the truth. We're all there for some of that. But no, you can't just expect it to flow out of your fingertips. It doesn't work that way. I go to my 9 to 5, and then I pick up the washboard or the drums, and then I play, and then I take care of my dogs in my homestead, and still try to make dinner for my girlfriend, and do things in life. And it has to be on your list of day to day. You have to pick it up and look at it every day.
Right on. Great advice. Great advice.
Thank you.
Chris?
Yeah.
You got practice. Chris said practice.
Practice. Absolutely.
I mean, that sums up everything.
And when you watch his fingers move like lightning, to expand on the word practice, lots of practice.
Chris's life revolves around practice. His living room is a recording studio. So, but it's a bunch of strings, and once you kind of understand what you're doing, you can use that technique to pick up other instruments, pick up other hobbies. I would say teaching myself music opened the door to being able to teach myself photography, teach myself painting. Like that in itself is a skill. And once you have it, you keep wrangling different tools, wrangling different techniques, and pretty soon you're out there with your cowboy hat and boots and whipping up the whole rodeo.
There you go. Well, I love it. You guys are so awesome. It has been a real treat to have you out to the barn tonight.
It's been more than a treat to be here.
Oh, super!
Thank you
super
so
big
much.
honor, man. We love it. Thank you.
You got some great tunes. I would just say, hopefully, you're feeling, like you can do whatever you want, in terms of like music and stuff,
I'm on
because
top of the world.
Your original stuff is great, and I know that we don't always have those opportunities. Sometimes it feels like to play our original music out there, because we want to show people a good time, and the business, the music, without business there is no show, that type of thing, But yeah, you got some really great tunes, and you guys got a really groovy vibe, and oh man. Oh, thank you so much.
Just getting started.
Yeah, lots more to come.
Hell yeah.
For sure. I would say anybody that's online, check out oldpineroadband.com. Also, make sure if you haven't already liked and followed the Midwest Music Hour or Scott Kirby's page, make sure you get on that as well.
Thank you.
But lots of ways to stay connected nowadays. Got to be grateful for that.
Righteous. And you don't want to do one more to go out on it, do
one
you?
more.
you-
I think we should.
Is it
I think we should.
okay.
You want to do Folsom? Can you do an alternating on Folsom? It's a 12 bar and E. 12 bar and E. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
That's Chris's adapt. You've been on the stick like until today. So.
It's awesome. Well, it's the Old Pine Road Band, and you can find them. It's oldpineroadband.com.
oldpineroadband.com.
And you can find them on Facebook. If you're watching them on Facebook right now, give them a like, give them a follow.
Thor's got an OnlyFans you can check out.
He's got an OnlyFans. What can you do with this washboard?
Make it disappear.
Right on. Real treat, guys. Thanks so much.
I hear that train a-coming, this rolling around the bend. And I ain't seen sunshine since I don't know when I'm stuck in false prison. And them time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps rolling along down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, oh, my mama told me, son, you'll always be a good boy, don't you ever play with guns. But I shot a man arena just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I bet they're just sitting in a fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it come there, and I know I can't be free. But those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. They freed me from that prison. If that railroad train was mine, I bet I'm moving on a little farther down the line. Far from false prison, that's where I want to stay. And I let the lungs whistle blow my blues away. Prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'm moving on a little farther down the line. Far from false prison, that's where I want to stay. And I let that lungs whistle blow my blues away. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, it's the Old Pine Road Band. Appreciate it much, you guys. Sounding great. And thanks so much for being on the program. It's the Midwest Music Hour here, live from the Birch Barn. Thanks for joining us this evening. Thanks to the Old Pine Road Band. It's Chris Skinner, Thor Gunderson, and David Walters. Be sure to catch them out when you can, if you're able to, this coming season. It should be a good one. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and we'll catch you on the next program. Appreciate y'all. Thanks much.